All right. So, welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. Today is Monday, March 24th, already the end of March. How are y'all feeling about that? March 24th. And we have a slightly new format. Many of you who were here last week are aware of the new format. So, hi, I'm Valorie Lewis. I am a psychic medium, and I also read cards. Cartomancy, I believe, is the official term, but I read tarot and oracle cards. I've been doing this particular event online for free for the past 5 years. So, welcome if you were new. I hope you continue to hang out with us. I don't think this event is going anywhere anytime soon. But the format is slightly changed. So, we start out with settling in, which I'll lead us in just a brief kind of energy settle down to get us all focused in the right area. And then I do a group tarot and oracle card pull that lasts about 30 minutes. And now I'm adding in the benefits of being able to do a few mini mini one card pulls. So after we finish the group pull, each week I will be choosing members from the audience to get a one card pull to kind of give you some individual help as you navigate your week. And whoever I choose is based completely on who spirit whispers in my ear as far as who gets the reading. So keep coming back. It might be you next week if you don't get one this week. And then we wrap it up with an energy activation. And so I'm going to try to start incorporating, because I love working with energy and I think I'm pretty in tune with working with energy. So I'm going to start trying to incorporate energy activations into all of my events. And we're starting with Monday manifestations. So that's how we wrap everything up. So I do hope you stay until the end for that energy activation. As far as today's events, I also have started with settling in and pulling a card or focusing on a specific area prior to meeting. So just tapping in the spirit to see what spirit says we should focus on for this week ahead. And I'll tell you, you're going to love this one. She says, knowing in fact that they will not love it. But this week's card is the Tower. We're going to focus on the Tower. Dun, 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 and we're going to talk all about what that is in a minute. Let's take a couple of minutes here at the top of the hour just to get settled in. I invite you to do that in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. I prefer to close my eyes, drop my shoulders, relax my physical body, and then take a couple of very deep breaths, inhaling all the way, holding it at the top for just a moment, and then slowly exhaling. And the intention is just to slow down, take a pause, and see if I can be completely present in this moment, focusing on what I came to this reading for. What energy do I want to put out? What answers, intentions, guidance, support do I want to pull in? And just settle into that for just a few moments until you feel nice and relaxed and focused. And when you do, go ahead and open your eyes and come on back to the group. And we will get ready to see what messages come through from Spirit today. If I can get my screen situated here. All right. The tarot deck that I am pulling from today is the Light Seers Tarot. I'm just going to give it a couple more shuffles here, and then we will get into the reading. So go ahead and get settled in. If you have questions or things that you are wanting to get guidance on, go ahead and send those wishes, desires, dreams, hopes, aspirations, goals, manifestation points out to the universe with as much energy as you can add to it so that I can pick up on that and together receive messages from Spirit to help guide this group. And also anyone who might be watching on recording. your energy is included because energy doesn't have a clock. Energy does not know time and space. All right. Before I start pulling cards, let's talk a little bit about the tower because that's the message that came through where Spirit wants us to focus our energy, maybe take into our awareness. And I'm going to read from a book that gives a very great explanation for the tower energy. When the fool, which is us, you, me, us as we journey through life, encounters the tower, she must learn to accept that stagnant structures have to be dismantled so that what is broken can be purged and can prepare the ground for something stronger. The tower represents purifying destruction. I love that phrase. Purifying destruction of foundations and ideologies that are no longer productive. This is likely to be painful and chaotic, but necessary in order to clear the path. Our desire to feel safe can conflict with the truth of what is happening outside. Do you have blinders on? Are you not allowing the change? Are you not allowing the destruction? Are you pushing against the destruction that needs to happen? What we do or tend to do is build thicker walls, and we build upward like a tower, taking us further from that truth that we are avoiding. Are you in denial? What outdated beliefs and illusions must crumble now? When we experience a crisis, that clears away everything we thought we knew. But what does it make room for? Anyone who has ever experienced any type of crisis in their life, whether it's the crisis of your favorite coffee shop running out of the syrup that you love, which has happened to me, or a bigger crisis. Maybe you lost your job, or maybe you're considering a move, or maybe a lot of all of that shit is happening at once. Can you look at that crisis and understand that that crisis is helping you clear away some of the things you thought you knew? Some of the places that you put your trust and security in, when they fall away, you realize, oh, I guess that wasn't as secure as I thought it was. But understand that everything that is falling away right now is doing so for your benefit. If it's all dependent on you, if you let it be beneficial. How can you look straight? How can you look chaos and destruction in the eye and say, I know you're good for me? I know you're good for me. I'm not sure how you're good for me, but I'm going to trust that you're good for me, chaos and destruction. You will not win. All right, I've pulled 4 tarot cards. Let's see what the additional message is as we think about this tower energy, chaotic energy. Maybe some of you are like, no, I'm not really facing destruction. Are you facing chaos? Chaos is the same as tower energy. Even if it hasn't destructed or taken anything away from you, if you're feeling chaotic or the energies around you feel chaotic, that's still tower energy. And if your life is not, if you're not detecting any chaos whatsoever, what island do you live on and can I come stay with you? All right. 8 of Cups is our first tarot card. Speaking of tower, 8 of Cups. I love this card so much because it says sometimes we have to walk away when our business is unfinished. Many of us, especially if you have any Virgo in your chart or any Virgo type tendencies, I do. I'm Virgo rising, which means that's where I'm aspiring to go in this lifetime. And Virgo says everything has a proper place and I'm going to check it off the list. Capricorn does that too. And I have Virgo and Capricorn in my big 3. I'm going to check it off the list and I'm not going to move down to the next item until this one is finished and this one is checked off and this one has a pretty bow on it. And 8 of Cups comes into your awareness to say, fuck all that. I'm about to show you something that you didn't think you knew, which is you can walk away from something that is not serving you, even if that something is unfinished. Even if obligations and responsibilities are telling you, I can't leave this situation because I promised, because I said, because I gave my word. 8 of Cups comes into your awareness when spirits ask you to reconsider everything. Is your responsibility to that person, to that job, to that structure more important than your responsibility to yourself? Because that's what you're telling spirit when you say, I can't do it. I told such and such that I was going to do this workout at the gym with them for 3 months, and they're counting on me to show up. And you're 2 months in and you know the time is not a fit, the gym is not a fit, the workout is not a fit, it's doing more damage to your body than you thought it was going to do. And you're saying to yourself, but I promised them, they're counting on me to show up. I'm their accountability partner. Whatever the situation is, when you put your obligations, your responsibilities, your promises that you've made to others, to the world, to life in general, above what you know to be beneficial for yourself, you are telling spirit, that is more important than my intuition. That is more important than the messages that I'm receiving. Spirit is sending you a big message with this Eight of Cups being our first card of the week. It is time for you to reevaluate your responsibilities, your obligations, all of those things you said you were going to do. Because some of those things are not only not serving you, they are destroying you. They are tearing you down. They are depleting your energy. Eight of Cups, I need to walk away even if it feels unfinished. Even if I made promises, if those promises are no longer serving me, I need to renegotiate, or I need to explain to the people and the structures and the obligations that this is not serving me. And I choose me. I choose me. I'm no longer going to keep putting myself in situations that are not serving me. When spirit is saying it's time for me to get myself out of these situations, I'm going to start choosing me. I'm going to explain why I'm choosing me, but I'm going to choose me. Eight of Cups. What do you need to walk away from? Y'all know. Some of y'all, when I pulled that card up, I could feel you. I saw you smiling, those of you on camera, and I could feel the energy of those not on camera saying, oh, this is the message I needed. Because you already know. You already know. So why are you not moving? Page of Swords. Next card. Fresh new ideas and insights. Swords. Our thoughts, our communication. Air energy. If you are having this say, hey, you need to walk away from something, and then this is the very next card, this is spirit saying, don't worry, I've got you. I can guide you with the thoughts, with the inspiration that I'm going to give you. I can guide you to your next step. I can show you the communication that needs to take place, because swords is communication also. The communication that needs to take place. I can give you the words. I can tell you when the best time to have that conversation is, so that you can free yourself from the things that are holding you back. This card is saying, I got you. I'm going to give you the thoughts and the words to move you forward on your path. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you take the step to walk away from those things that you know you need to walk away from, Spirit's got you. But you got to take the step first to walk away from those things. Four of Swords. I always say this is the take a nap card, and y'all can see why from this particular depth. She looks like she's taking a nap. But today I'm feeling a different energy for this card. Swords, again, are thinking mind, air energy. This is the card for today. This is coming up because somebody is overthinking something. And this is the message to say, let your thoughts rest on this matter. No more thought needs to be given to it. And this could also be another message for here. Maybe you've been thinking something to death and spirit is like, just let it rest. Just walk away from it. The more you think about it, just walk away from it. Maybe it's a thought, maybe it's an action, maybe it's a responsibility. You know what it is that you need to walk away from. And this is saying your thoughts need to rest. You need to calm your tits. You need to calm your tits. That's what this card is. Let your energy settle down for just a moment. Yes, everything is chaotic, but can you take a deep breath and calm down for just a moment so that you can take accurate account of what is going on around you? When you are part of the frenzy and when you are part of the chaos, it's very hard to find your way. When you can see the chaos around you and be aware of the chaos, but not become energetically a part of that chaos, that's this. Can you step out and rest your energy enough so that you can get a good feel for what is actually going on? The truth of the matter, that goes back to that card talking about the truth. Now we build up walls because we don't want to face the truth, and sometimes we're in denial. Can you settle your energy so that you can see the truth of what's really going on, so that you can better navigate from that standpoint? So the Four of Swords is taking an energetic rest and a thoughtful rest. Your thoughts are right. I keep getting the idea of your thoughts on this ever spinning really, really fast hamster wheel. And spirit is like, step off the hamster wheel. Your thoughts are still there. Let them slow down so that you can process them accurately. Because when you're part of the frenzy, you can't. You just can't. It's human nature to not. When you are part of the frenzy and part of the chaos, guess what state you're in? Fight or flight. Are you thinking logically when you're in fight or flight? No, you're thinking survival skills only. How do I survive this crisis? How do I get through this thing? And when you are in survival mode, you're not necessarily in the best mode for paving the path forward. You're in the best mode for dealing with what's right in front of you. But if you would like to deal with what's right in front of you and pave the path forward to a more pleasant, not put me back in the situation over and over again, a more pleasant, easy path forward, then this is what needs to happen first. You need to step out of the chaos for just a moment to get a more accurate view of what is really going on. And if you're saying, I'm tired, that sounds like a lot of work. I'm too tired. No, I don't, Valerie, just, I came here because I'm really tired. It's Monday morning. Can you just tell me what I need to do next? I would really like that because I'm tired. I don't want to do all this. Look, somebody fell asleep in my, no, I'm kidding. But I get it. I get it. You know what Spirit says? Quit your bitching. You have the strength. Stop playing like you don't have the energy. You have the energy. You're allocating it incorrectly. You have all of the energy. You have the strength. You can do this. But if you have been spending all of your energy trying to decide what's for dinner instead of meditating, it's an energy allocation issue. It is not that you don't have the strength. It is not that you cannot do this. It is not that you don't have the energy or the wisdom or the intuition or the insight. It's that you've been using all of those energy stores and all of those skills, allocating them towards something that's not serving you. The Tower is also there. You've been spending all of your energy and all of your money. Every time you get a little bit of money, you go to the hardware store and you buy a new brick and you build your tower a little bit taller. What's the point of that? That's where all your energy is going. And meanwhile, Spirit is like, I've been trying to knock this tower down for the last decade. And you just keep building it, and I just keep chipping away, and you just keep building it. What are we doing? This is Spirit right now. What are we doing? What are we doing? Because I'm trying to show you the truth. I'm trying to knock down that tower that you have built. I know why you built it. This is Spirit talking to each and every one of us. I know why you built it. I've been with you since day one. I saw you when you picked up the first brick. And I'm with you right now on your path saying you don't need that anymore. You are strong enough. You are wise enough. You have experienced enough in life that even though it is your habit to build this wall around you, that habit needs to be broken. You don't need that wall. You did at one point, but you don't need it anymore. Let me tear down that wall so that we can build something beautiful together. What are you going to let Spirit tear down for you? What are you going to stop resisting? What are you going to allow the light to shine on in your life? All very valid questions to be asking yourself. All right, so that's the tarot cards. Now, yes, only 4 cards. Now we're going to move on to, maybe I should have left those cards out. Meh. Now we're going to move on to oracle cards. Y'all just remember it. Y'all got photographic memory, right? Right. Okay. Now we're going to move on to oracle cards and see what other messages come through from Spirit. Ooh, someone knew exactly what they needed to walk away from. Yes. Someone was involved in it. It looks like a project, and the project itself was no longer a fit for them energetically. And it sounds like they made the call, or collectively they made the call that I'm going to walk away from this for now until you fuckers get your act together, and then maybe I'll be back. Everybody's a badass. Put y'all's crowns on. Put your badass on today. We don't have to make ourselves small. We don't have to fit into spaces that we were not meant to be in. We don't have to acquiesce to the world around us. We came to change the world. How are we going to change the world if we keep lowering our vibration to fit the world? How are we going to do that? Y'all tell me how that's working out for you. We came to be different. The next deck I'm pulling from is Angels and Ancestors, and the deck that I have here is, the card that I have here, is Autumn. And it says, release the old and rest. Very much in alignment with the cards we just pulled. Let's see, Autumn. Release the old and rest. Let me see, where is it here in this book? Found it. Here's the message from the Oracle card. Release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. And with spring here or right around the corner, we know we're moving into a time of renewal. But you need to release and recover so that you can enjoy that time of renewal. The raven on the autumn card shows that there is an opportunity to heal at this time. In Celtic animal medicine, the raven is the bird of healing and initiation. The healing it brings is a shift that allows you to move into a more powerful psychic space where you can be more aware of your needs and desires and be better supported. That feels lovely. Here's the extended message. You know what is heavy and what is holding you back. You know. Don't come to me talking about, I don't know, can you help me figure it out? You know. You just want me to affirm what you already know, and I'm more than willing to help affirm what you already know, but you know. Is it a person, a situation, a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it is time to let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. We did not come to control reality. We came to create reality. It's a vast difference. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter into your life. That's the idea of the tower as well. You are being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever is stopping you from moving you forward. And you can do this. That strength card. When the autumn card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming autumn will usher in important energies with regard to your question or intentions. So that last part of timing is not necessarily applicable to our reading today, but if it felt like it was, take it. That's your message. All right. So that was from Angels and Ancestors. What a fitting card. I felt that lined up amazingly with the messages we got from Tarot. Believe in your own magic. Oh, I just knocked down a essential oil bottle. It'll be all right. Believe in your own magic is the next oracle deck that we're going to. Look at the back. It's got a crown on it, just like me. Twinsies. Believe in your own magic. Spirit, what messages do we need to know to help us move forward on our path? What would you like us to know about ourselves? Villain, you can always rewrite the story. You can always rewrite the story. Let's see what this message is about. What card number are we? 38. All right. A hard truth to swallow. Sometimes our villains win. However, that doesn't mean you should give up or lose all hope. It just means that it's time to rewrite the story and keep going. It can be incredibly freeing and empowering to reclaim yourself after a personal tragedy. Rewrite the story. I've got so many ideas coming up from this. I would like to hear what y'all think when you hear that. Sometimes you need to reclaim yourself after personal tragedy and rewrite the story. Put it over in chat. And this I believe, as a human, I'll give you my experience. This ability to look back on the past, look at something where I said to myself, I failed, or I didn't live up to what I thought I should be doing in that moment. To me, in order to rewrite the story, if I was just doing this thing called life alone, it takes time. They say hindsight is 2020. And for me, it takes a lot of time and processing to be able to look back on something and say, wait a minute, is that exactly true? The story that I've been telling myself about that? But this part of rewriting the story can be done instantaneously if we are linked up with spirit, if we're in meditation, if we're listening to the opinion of our guides, to the opinion of spirit, source, the divine, because they are always walking in truth and seeing the true light of what happened. And we can rewrite those stories instantaneously when we listen to spirit's version on what happened. For ourselves, sometimes it takes a little bit of doing. Sometimes it takes a little bit of doing. Something like losing a job. I have lost a job before, and in the midst of losing that job, I thought it was the most horrible thing. How have I failed? I should have done this. I should have done that. If I was nicer, if I showed up on time, if I drank less free coffee from the break room, all of the things that we tell ourselves we did wrong and the reason why we lost the job. But then you get a couple of months past the moment of losing the job and freaking out, and you don't know what you're going to do with your life. And you're like, man, wait a minute. I think I have a little bit less stress in my life. Was that job causing that much stress? Good Lord. You move a little bit further on, maybe you start getting new job offers because you're looking for a job and you realize, I'm not even a match. I wouldn't even apply to that job if they paid me to apply to that job that I lost the job from. And so you start to see it differently. And you start to realize maybe that was an actual blessing that I lost that job because I was not a match for it. I was stressed out. I hated it. I didn't even want people to know where I worked at. It was really, really draining on my energy. But it takes that separation for us to see it on our own. But if we were in meditation every day, if we were linked up with spirit, if we were pulling tarot cards or whatever it is we were doing to get that message from spirit, spirit can instantaneously tell us exactly why something that we considered wrong happened in our life, something that we considered a defeat. Spirit can instantaneously help us rewrite that story. So is there something going on in your epic journey of your life? Because all of you are epic goddesses and gods and star beings out there. Is there something in your epic that you have told yourself a lie about that you need help from spirit to rewrite? Ask spirit that. If you have anything in your life that you have ever said, I shouldn't have done that, then yes, you have a rewrite waiting for you, and spirit will help you rewrite that. Let's see, what else? I haven't pulled from this one for a while. I think this one, we'll do this one, and maybe we have time for a couple more, and then we'll get into the individual readings. This deck is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. How can we take care of ourselves? How can we remind ourselves that we need our attention? Card number 1, abundance planning. Abundance planning. The mantra is, I attract a level of abundance in alignment with my self-worth and reflective of my generous nature. Let me read that one more time. How much abundance do you have in your life? A lot? A little? Would you like more? Anybody? By show of hands, does anybody want more abundance in their life? I cannot put my hand up high enough. Here's what it says. The amount, I'm going to reread it. I'm going to reread it. The amount of abundance in your life is a direct reflection of your alignment with your self-worth. I attract a level of abundance in alignment with my self-worth and reflective of my generous nature, is what the text said. Your financial health is an essential aspect of your overall wellness practice. It's time to take a closer look at how you're spending, saving, and making money. To begin, review, I don't like this part. To begin, review all your bank accounts, investments, and credit cards, as well as any loans you're carrying. Doing so will help you get clear on your financial state. Who else got that sick? So who else feel like vomiting in their mouth when I read that statement? I don't, listen, I hear you, Spirit. Review all your bank accounts, investments, credit cards, as well as any loans you're carrying. Doing so will help you clear up your financial status. Then, you're not done. Make a practical plan to lower your expenses, increase your income and savings, or repay your debt. An excellent place to start is at your local bank or with a financial advisor. Now, I'm going to say yes, if that's your nature, but we're going to come back and talk about how to do this spiritually, how to do this in alignment with spirit. Because sometimes the practical makes me break out in a rash. I don't want to do that shit. Work with your bank or advisor to optimize your accounts to have the lowest fees and highest interest rates possible. In addition, you can get set up with automatic bill payments, transfer monthly deposits into savings accounts, and begin consolidating any debt you may be carrying. The other side of your financial abundance equation is generating more money. Yeah, let's talk about that. When you put your energy towards it, you'll often find new ways to do so. If you're working, this can be achieved by negotiating a raise at your current position. Oh, that's so easy. Yeah. Consider applying for a promotion or a new job, taking on a side gig, or educating yourself on the new topic or skill with income generating potential. If you're an entrepreneur, look into raising your fees or prices, developing new marketing strategies, and expanding your product offerings, as well as other ways to increase your margin. Here's a journaling prompt just to kind of get some more personal insight for yourself about where some of your money stories might come from. What is your family's relationship with money like when you were growing up? And how has that impacted your relationship with money? Abundance planning. The fact that they took abundance, a word that I love very much, and put it together with planning, a word that I'm very averse to, has got me itching, like on the inside, near my bones. Like I can't get rid of this itch. I don't like it. Let me tell you how I, as a creative, as an intuitive, as someone who likes to follow her highest bliss, tries to for the most time, approaches situations when spirit says, hello, Valorie, is there a plan here? What are we doing? I sit with spirit and I tell spirit, I don't have to tell spirit because spirit already knows how much I don't like planning. And I ask spirit, make it fun. Make it fun for me. And that's all, that's my prerequisite. Make it fun. If you tell me I have to go in and sit in front of somebody at the bank and have them dig into my finances and tell me what I've done wrong, if you make it fun. And so what spirit will do is there'll be a new bank opening and they'll have a grand opening and they'll have chocolate chip cookies and face painting. And I'll sit in the chair to get my face painted. I don't care if it's for the little kids because I like that shit too. And it'll be fun. And they'll have open a free account and get $100 deposited into, and it'll be abundant and fun. Spirit will find a way to make whatever it says you need to do fun if that's your prerequisite. If you're the kind of person that's like, oh, this sounds like fun. Yeah, I love looking at my financial statements every month, then go for it because that's your fun. But if you're the kind of person that really got a little annoyed with spirit when spirit said, go do this, Talk to spirit. Spirit, I understand the importance of doing this thing that starts with the P word and ends with the N, this plan that you keep talking about. But I need you to make it fun. And then sit back and wait. Absolutely. That itch identifies limiting beliefs and programming that may no longer serve us. Absolutely. I think spirit just identified where I'm gonna have a tower mom. Reread the info on the card. Amber, were you asking about the abundance planning card? I assume that's what you were talking about. Your financial health is an essential aspect of your overall wellness practice, and it's time to take a closer look. It says, begin by reviewing all your bank accounts, investments, credit cards, as well as any loans you're carrying. Doing so will help you get clear on your financial status. So it gives you a set point. If you don't know where you are, you can't know where you're going. Then make a practical plan to lower your expenses, increase your income and savings, and repay your debt. And then it kind of goes into all the different ways you can do that. You can work with a bank or a financial planner, advisor. There's a lot of financial planners who will do it for free. There's a kickback, of course, if you sign up for their financial product, but they'll still do the free overall financial analysis for you and then try to sell you into their products, which might benefit you if you're not used to financial planning. So look into those things, those places that'll do it for free. Um, but it's time to look at where you are to figure out where you want to go. To figure out maybe you're in a better financial situation than you thought. Maybe you've been lying to yourself about your finances because that's just the story you tell. The story you tell, I'm always broke and I can't afford it. And then you took a look at your finances and you were like, oh, I didn't know I had $100 in that savings account. I could have afforded that. But the story I've been telling myself is different than my story I'm trying to create with spirit. How do you figure out your self-worth? You are inherently worthy. There is no amount that can be assigned to your self-worth. And that is definitely working with spirit. Spirit will remind you, spirit will tell you, spirit will show you ways to affirm your self-worth. There's one. Spirit, show me ways that affirms my self-worth. I will be looking for them today. Today I promise to pay attention, spirit. And today I want you to show me things that affirm my self-worth. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, let's get into the individual readings. Let's see how much time. I'm trying to be aware of time. Speaking of abundance, I'm going to flip the order of things around. I was going to speak about this towards the end, but since we're on the topic of abundance and self-worth, on April 5th, in a couple of weeks here, I'm doing a special event. It's about manifesting abundance. You may have seen it on Meetup. It is posted on Meetup. Please check that out. It is a quick 1 hour power activation, an hour of power activation to get us started and get that spark going on our abundance mindset, get us moving towards that, and also give practical steps on how we can do that. So check that out. It's happening on April 5th, and it's already posted on Meetup. You can get signed up for it. Also, happening on the 1st of April, dun, 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 this is a big announcement. I was trying to save it to the end, but I'm going to say it now. The membership is relaunching. The membership is relaunching. That's happening on April 1st. I strongly encourage you to sign up for my newsletter. That's how you will stay in the know and figure out when all of these things actually launch and also know about any specials I might be running. So I'm going to drop the link for where you can sign up for the newsletter in the chat. Please get signed up on that. All of future announcements and everything is often announced through my newsletter and then also on social media. So is that. Let's move on to the individual readings. Let me remove my spotlight so I can see the room. Deneen, are you available for a 1-card tarot pull? You don't have to come on camera, but I would like it if you could unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm available.
Perfect. All right. So we're still focusing on this energy of the Tower card, what needs to fall away so that we can replace it. And Spirit, what message do you have for Deneen? Oh, we have the World card. The World card is the final card in the Fool's journey. It indicates completion, but it also indicates the immediate beginning of a new step, a new phase. As she steps through that ring, she is ending one cycle and immediately beginning the next cycle. So you are definitely, this is like a double message. The message of the Tower, what needs to be let go of. And then this is also talking about ending a cycle. Any other messages so that we can give more clarity on exactly what this is about? Dreams and fulfillment. The World card is literally saying the world is yours. You've been holding yourself back. You've been telling limiting stories about what is possible for you, especially what is possible for your next step. And it's time to cut that shit out. It's time to reach higher, dream bigger. The world is yours. How can you align with that message from Spirit? So that's what I have for you, Deneen. Let's see, who else, Spirit, who else do we want to go to? Tina. Tina, I'm going to unmute you. Maybe. There we go. Hi,
Hello.
Tina.
Hi.
All right. Spirit, what messages do you have for Tina? It's going to help guide her this week ahead. Tina, you have a lot of busyness. I just feel busy energy around you, a lot of busy energy.
Yeah.
The moon.
Okay.
Big full moon. The moon often comes up dealing with things that lie beneath the surface. Obviously, we see she is beneath the surface looking up, but it's also the idea of under moonlight. The moon is also very much associated with water, which is why she's under the water. Now, imagine if you were underwater trying to see someone on the shore walking past. It would be very distorted, right? Trying to see through the water and the light reflection. Also, at moonlight, think about a dark night lit only by the light of the moon. Still some things distorted. It's not going to be as clear as in daylight. So the moon also often represents things being an illusion, not seeing things for what they truly are. So the message to you, Tina, and this is coming straight from this card and Spirit, I'm hearing this message now, so I'm assuming it's your guides chiming in, is the busyness surrounding you and the abundance of choices. It feels like there's a choice that needs to be made. They want you to slow down because something is not being seen clearly. There's something that is clouding over, and it might be a story that you're telling yourself. It might be a story that someone else has told about the situation that's not the complete, full truth about it. So they want you to slow down. And even if the thing is you need to make a decision by midnight tonight, Spirit is saying, I still need you to slow down. Don't let yourself be rushed by deadlines. I need you to slow down because there's something going on that you're not seeing. And once that comes to light, it's going to change things as far as what needs to be your next step.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's see. Who else do I have time to do? T, T-E-E, T. Are you available? Awesome. Okay. What message of guidance or support does T need to hear today, Spirit? King of Swords. I love it. King of Swords. It's a level of mastery. We have King and Queen as being a representative of our level of mastery within each suit. And we have Swords. Again, it's that thinking mind. It's also communication. Not only is he very in control of his thoughts don't control him. He controls and focuses his thought, but he's also an excellent communicator. And he knows how to communicate those thoughts so that he can lead others. That's why he's a king. This right here is telling me that you are in this period. There's a little bit more refinement, but you are very much settled into understanding your thoughts, refocusing your thoughts so that they most benefit you. And divine masculine and divine feminine If it was the Queen of Swords, the Queen would be receiving those thoughts, but it's the King, and the King is the actionary. So it's time to take some action on those thoughts as well. You have thought them over enough. You are in mastery of them. They are no longer running you. You are focusing them, and you are in command of them, so to speak. And now it's time to take action, move into action on those thoughts, knowing that you are being led by spirit and by your mastery of your own thoughts, that you are being led in the right direction. All right.
Can I share something really quick?
What's
Can
that?
Can I share something just very, very quick?
Absolutely.
When you're talking about rewriting the story, I have been writing a story that is an allegory of my journey of healing. And I got stuck on a chapter for the last 4 months, and I literally rewrote the entire story. Like, so when you're saying, I was just laughing. And literally, I had cast myself as a villain, and there's an entire line in it where it was looking at, was I really the villain or just cast that way? And it was recasting that story. So it
Holy
was so
shit.
cool. It was so
Holy
cool.
shit. I love it. I love when those things line up in synchronicities. And now I can't wait to read the story.
That
Yay.
was crazy. Yeah.
You'll have to come back and tell us when it's finished.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I've got a card that jumped right out of the deck here. So that one is for Amber. Amber, I got the Two of Wands for you.
Whoa, thank you. What does that mean?
You're welcome. There's a choice that needs to be made. So the twos in tarot represent balance or choices. In this case, I'm getting I'm getting a little bit of both. There's some areas in your life that need to be brought back into balance, but there's a choice that needs to be made that will help bring them back into balance. And I'm getting the idea of the cart before the horse. It's kind of like I'm going to wait until my life settles down before I make this choice. Whereas spirit is saying, make the choice and then your life will settle down. Life is not going to settle down because you're resisting where I'm leading you. You're resisting this choice. You're resisting making a decision. And so things are in this status of imbalance and chaos. But once you make the choice, then it will move forward. Don't keep waiting for things to settle down before you make the choice. So the Two of Wands is about how do you make the choice? Wands came up, fire energy, follow your heart. Follow what excites you the most. Follow that excitement, that inspiration, what feels like an adventure. Look, she's ready for adventure. She's got her map and her globe. What feels like an adventure. Follow that.
Yeah. Yes.
Follow that over the practical, logical. I think I should be doing this. If your brain says I should be doing this, check that. Check that assumption and ask yourself, is the thing I should be doing feel like fun? Because if it doesn't, you're letting the wrong part guide you. It should feel like fun, excitement, inspiration, creativity, because that Wands energy is what's driving this decision.
Thank you.
All right, you are welcome. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up with a badass card for everybody because we need to activate our badass this week. Affirmations for a badass. And this is also going to be our activation. So I'm going to let Spirit tell me what we need to activate, and then we'll work a little energy. Another card almost jumped out. We'll do a little energy work to activate our badass. We'll do a little energy work to activate us for this week so that we can navigate these tower energies, this chaotic energy, and come out better for us. Here's the message. Let me spotlight it. This is from Badass Affirmations. And the message is, some people are really sick, so avoid them. Some people are really sick, so avoid them. This is speaking about, yes, obviously, it's the end of our flu season and the beginning of allergy season, and maybe there are actual people who are actually physically sick. We already know, common sense, 6 feet to stay away from them. So it's got to be talking about something else, right? Something a little bit beyond common sense. Well, how else could sickness show up for us in a spiritual way? Are people sick spiritually? And are those situations we want to avoid? We want to avoid, would you avoid every sick person that you encounter? No. You'd have to stay in your house all the time. But you avoid those sick people that you know are contagious, right? If you know someone has a contagious virus, you're not going to share food with them. You're not going to drink out of the same cup. So it's taking stock of the people and situations in your life and asking yourself, which ones are contagious? When I am in this person's presence, do I always leave feeling drained? When I go to this particular store, sometimes it's a store, a grocery store. When I go to this particular grocery store, do I always get a ding in my car and I can never find a parking spot and the prices are never on sale the way they advertised and the clerk is always angry for me and I always leave feeling more angry? Maybe the space has a bad energy. Maybe the space is energetically sick. Why do you keep going there? Y'all know what's making you sick. You know what you're contagious to. You know what you are susceptible to. And you also know what you've built up an immunity to. And sometimes there's other people who can't go into the store and you can go into the store and not have anything happen to you. Listen to your energy and figure out where is your energy vulnerable to contagions energetically, and where have you already built up immunities where you're just fine in these situations. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes here to activate everyone, activate your badass, activate your ability to be aware of when your energy is in proximity to a contagion. Now I invite you to close your eyes. We're going to do a real quick energy shift. We're going to clear our energy and release those things that are no longer serving us. Let those tower walls be torn down. We are no longer so vulnerable that we need those walls. We are strong. We are badasses. We are sparks of the divine. We don't need protection. They need protection from us because we're going to shine so brightly. We're going to dismantle all darkness. And when I can stand in my power like that, I am immune. Feel that light filling you up and extending beyond you. Feel that light surrounding you and wrapping around you as you walk out into this world, building up your own bubble of immunity, removing any vulnerability from you, and letting those protections that you built up when you were susceptible, letting them fall down. You don't need them anymore. You're no longer susceptible. Feel your power surging. You have to make way to let your power come back to you. And it cannot come through those walls that you have built up. Let them fall, let them crumble, and let all of your true power return to you. Feel yourself activating. Feel your heart opening. And spread that light out into the world. All right. You wonderful beings of light, go out there and dominate in the name of the light. Is that right? Did I just start a cult? Don't dominate others. Just dominate your own personal energy. Just focus yourself to where you needed to go to create the lives you want. All right. I love you all. Spiritual badasses, go shine bright this week. Manifest your life. Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you back next week.